In the other videos in this series, you'll find information about designing and making tactile books and the Tactus competition. Here I hope to answer the question, what is a tactile book? If you think about mainstream novelty books, such as this lovely one, That's Not My Monkey, it's got something on every page for a child to find and feel. Sighted children love these books, and blind children find them interesting too. A child who's blind has 2 feet to find on this page. A sighted child has 2 feet to find, and they also have this glorious picture, the monkey, the trees, the mouse. But the child who can't see has just got the 2 feet to find. A tactile book, on the other hand, is fully accessible to children who can't see. Every illustration, all the text, everything is there for a child who is enjoying a book by touch. A tactile book can come in various formats. This one's a fabric book. This one's a collage book with all the items stuck onto the page. And this one uses thermoform, or the vacuum form process, to produce raised illustrations. They're all tactile books and they're all fully accessible. If you think about sighted children and how much they learn by looking about them, when they're at home, when they're at nursery, when they're in the street, when they're at the zoo, everywhere, and in their picture books, everywhere, they're looking and copying and learning. For a child who's blind, the experience is very different. Everything has to be introduced to them. They have to learn about the world by listening to people and by exploring by touch. Tactile books are absolutely invaluable in that for a child who can't see, they can explore, they can listen, they can be told about things, they can pick up on vocabulary, on concepts, on shapes, on ideas. Everything in the world can be introduced to children in this way. Perhaps not everything. They're also useful for discrimination, for learning the tracking skills, which will be useful if they're going to go on to learn Braille. This one has a line to follow through the book. You can pull on the mouse's tail. You're using your hands in a way that will be really useful throughout life and for going on to learn to decipher maps and diagrams if the child is able. The majority of children with little or no sight have additional disabilities. These can include cerebral palsy or deafness or attention deficit disorder, or learning difficulties, or a number of those disabilities. For these children, some of them will never be moving on to understanding maps and diagrams, but the books can still be enormous fun, and really fun is what these books are all about, the motivation to turn a page. Let's have a look at this one, which was designed for children with profound and multiple learning difficulties. It's a very simple, very robust book with a matching exercise all the way through. It's repetitive. You've got the furry fleece, you've got the scritchy, scratchy lino, you've got hearts with a bit of a sparkle to them. So for children with little or no sight, but for children who've just got a little bit of sight, they may be able to pick up on the reflection from the shiny bits. We've got bells to introduce an element of sound. And then on the last page, if the child puts their hand there, the crocodile will bite them, but not in a very hurty sort of way. As you can see, these books are great. They're real treasures. They're wonderful for inclusion because the other children in a mainstream class will just long to get their hands on these lovely books. And that's great for the child's self-esteem because everybody wants to have something that everybody else wants. They are invaluable. If you have a look at the ClearVision website, you'll find lots more information about these books and about making one. I hope you're going to want to have a go at designing a tactile book.